Hi, I'm Daniel Fountainberry. I'm a former middle school teacher, and I'd like your perspective as a department chair on a technology I'm building with a few friends called CoTeacher. We believe CoTeacher will make it easier for teachers in the same department to discover and build upon each other's instructional resources. CoTeacher will also make it easier for department leaders to verify that their teachers' instructional units meet best practices. We've come up with a way to collaborate that is very Google friendly, but better suited to instructional planning and curriculum management than Google Drive. I'd like to show you what we built and get your feedback, so here we go. First, I'm going to log in. I'm logging in with my Google ID because, who needs another passcode? Okay, so I'm in CoTeacher. And the basic navigation, you can connect and discover other teachers in your community or department. You can join communities, and you can build collections. We're going to focus here first on building collections. So with CoTeacher, you can take resources from across the web and from your Google Drive and place them into collections. Now, here's a collection that I've built, Mythology Meets Math, the intersection of classics and math, with a little bit of science as well. So look at how my collection is organized. I have different categories, and if I want, I can move resources between categories. Now, here is where it gets interesting. So I have my description. I've also associated this collection with standards. These are ELA standards, and these are science and math standards. So now, any teacher in my department or my community can search this specific standard and retrieve this collection. Let's dive in a little more to how we actually label resources with standards. So let's just say here, okay, so this is a 7th grade resource, and voila. CoTeacher now prompts me to add standards. And again, as this is about Greek mythology and architecture, this is a multidisciplinary lesson. So I am going to add language standards for reading history. I'm going to add math standards for dealing with geometry. So I'm going to add specific related math standards here. And this is also about engineering. I'm going to add some engineering and science standards. Again, really easy with CoTeacher to associate content with standards. And now any teacher in my community who searches these standards can retrieve this content and this collection. I'm going to show you why that matters. Now, it's a good bit of work associating resources with standards, even with CoTeacher, but the good thing is you don't have to do it alone. You can invite contributors. So you can invite other teachers in your community, in your school community or your department, to build collections with you. So you can collaboratively build collections and assign resources to standards. Now, you as the department chair, if your teachers make you contributors on their collections, you can see how they have organized their units and you can give them feedback. So it's a way, without being too intrusive, to keep an eye on what your teachers are doing. Now, how do we find great things that other teachers in our department have done so we can build upon them? Let's just say, for example, that we wanted to find something on motion and force, standard MSPS2. Now, I can search this in Google, and I'm going to get a lot of good stuff, but this is still stuff that teachers have to build upon. What I want to do is find what other teachers in my department or my district have done around this specific standard. So if I were to do a search in CoTeacher, hold on, MS, can't type it, anybody's looking. There we go. I can find what other teachers in my community have done with this specific standard. So I'm going to open up a collection from a teacher in my community, And here, she has built a collection on working machines, and she's incorporated open source materials, things from her Google Drive and across the web, and I can discover this by searching this standard. So what we can do with CodeTeacher is we can build standards-aligned repositories that we share within our communities. Now, going back to sharing within communities. So with CodeTeacher, you can build a community and share resources within that community. Let's go to My Communities, and here's a community I established, Modern Math Teachers. So you can make a community public or private, and when teachers join a community, they grant access to their resources to other teachers in that community. So I can see who are the members of the community. And if I want, I can go view their profiles, and I can look at the members' collections. And so Sue's in my community, and so I have access to her collection. So this is another way I can discover resources by teacher. Now, you're the department chair, and you want to bring together the best resources. You know which teachers are the strongest and whose collections that you would like to showcase for everyone. So here's what you can do. As the department chair or the community leader, you can set up a space where you highlight the collections that you want to share with everyone else in the community. So you can retrieve your collections or collections that you've saved from other users, and you can add them to a community space. That way people see, these are the collections that the department chair said I want everybody to look at and use as exemplars. So I have gone over CodeTeacher, and now I hope we could have your feedback. What we'd like to understand is this something that will help you better facilitate collaborative instructional planning between the teachers in your department? We would absolutely love your feedback. So please send me a message, leave your messages, or leave a comment in the chat. And if you'd like, you can log on and try codeteacher.com. So we look forward to getting your feedback. Thank you.